Good morning, my fellow humans. I wanted to share something that came through for me this morning, dealing with some of my stuff. So, a little context. What was I dealing with? Dealing with the fact that yesterday I was pretty triggered, pretty irritable, kind of distracted and aloof, and just feeling a little susceptible to exterior things, right? And so this morning, I was really sitting with that and trying to learn my lessons from that and see what the universe was trying to tell me. And one of the things that happened yesterday, I was just really triggered when dealing with people that I love, right? And so sitting with that today, like, what is this lesson, right? What is this? What is it? What was triggering me? And it came up that curiosity was what was triggering me. I was triggered by other people's curiosity. Isn't that interesting? Right? So, why? Why was I triggered by someone else's curiosity? So I asked that question as well. And I remember a time when I was a young Dan, riding on the shoulders of my father, and I had my hands over his eyes so he couldn't see, and I was steering him around, and it was a fun game, but inevitably I ran him into a tree. I did. Why? Because I wanted to see what would happen. I was curious, right? And so obviously there were repercussions for that. And those repercussions that I suffered probably have something to do with my triggers now, right? What are our triggers? Our triggers are often, they're associated with what some of us refer to as shadow work, which would be, when we experience trauma, something happens to us, particularly in childhood, right? We're just out there being ourselves and we do something that really pisses our parents off and we suffer serious consequences for that. We then suppress that part of us. We then assume that part of us is bad and that we should avoid that part of us. So we suppress it, right? But suppressing it doesn't solve it. It just suppresses it. And so that comes back, it comes out in our triggers, right? And so the trauma that I experienced in dealing with the repercussions of my curiosity, driving my dad into a tree, were those suppressed emotions, right? That part of me, that curious part of me that I had suppressed to avoid negative consequences, was triggering me yesterday while other people were being curious about, at my expense. And so, thanks, Gabe. That looks really good. I love you too. Thanks for being such a good teacher for me. So curiosity. So why? And then I started to think about curiosity and sit with curiosity. Why is curiosity so important to us? And it's because curiosity is the opposite of conformity. Curiosity is the medicine for conformity, right? Conformity wants us to all be the same. Don't ask questions, get in line, take your pill, take your shot, listen to the TV, listen to your teacher, listen to all this, get in line, don't misbehave, don't rock that boat, don't do any of that stuff. Curiosity is the purpose, in my humble opinion, curiosity is the purpose for being alive on Earth. And that is to learn, to grow. What happens when I do that? Ouch. Okay, now I've grown, I've learned, I've expanded my awareness, right? And so curiosity is the medicine for conformity. Curiosity is also part of our divine purpose as cosmic beings having this earthly experience. I hope that this inspires you to go out there and be curious. I hope this helps you to give yourself permission to ask questions and to enjoy. I hope you give yourself permission to be you. And remember the innocence of curiosity, right? Curiosity, while it might, while it's a thing, that curiosity has killed the cat, right? Everything in balance, everything in moderation. So we need to be cautious with our curiosity so that we don't end up wasting a life, right? But we also need to appreciate that our curiosity is what allows us to grow. So, and that is in it. Remember the innocence of children and nature, right? Children don't do things because they're trying to make us angry or to hurt people or to cause destruction. They're curious. And they haven't been tainted by the world in the way that we have yet, right? And so give yourself permission to be curious. Give yourself permission to rise above conformity. Give yourself the acknowledgement that your curiosity is innocent and and you deserve it. And see how that helps you out today and in the future. I love you all. Have a great day.